18 months ago, I made a fire and burnt most of my paintings. It was a moment of destruction that led to a deep sense of liberation. This is a video for all of us going through the experience of things falling apart, whether we choose that path or not. Because these times of destruction in our lives hold the seeds for remarkable new things to spring into life. Things that could never have emerged if we'd stayed clinging to the old life that's collapsing all around us. Hello from Skiathos. It's the Greek island where we're exploring the relationship between landscape, soulscape, and a creative life. I'm Rick. I'm an artist and mystic from England, and I spend my time here making art and working with the wild energies of the island. In this video, we're going to delve into the story behind this painting that I made in a ritual on the last full moon of May this year. It's one of a series of paintings I began making on that night, and as I made them, these dragon energies emerged. In episode 15, I talked about this sea dragon and the safe holding of the womb of the ocean. This dragon, is quite different. She erupts from the earth with a very different energy. She comes to devour and destroy. It's so tempting to embark on the soul journey and try to avoid the sensations of these moments where everything feels like it's falling apart. A relationship that breaks down, a failed exam, a difficult moment in your career path, and so on. And how we hold these moments and how we view them can have really far-reaching effects on the flow of our lives. Far from holding back our lives from flourishing when it feels like everything's collapsing, the dragon who devours can be essential in making space for new things to flow. And at the end of this video, I'll give you some ideas for a ritual you can make that will really help you to let go of those things you've been clinging to, but are now at a place in your life where you feel ready to let go. This was my thinking behind my decision to burn the paintings that I'd accumulated over 10 years or more. When I was still living in the UK, the paintings were piling up in my storage space, over a decade's worth of work. All artworks that I'd poured my life and soul into. Each one was important to me and held significant sensations and memories from the creative journey I'd taken. And not only the creative journey, when I looked at these old paintings, I could remember the situation my life was in at the time when I made them. The relationships that were important to me, the struggles I was having, the joys I was experiencing. You know, I'm sure you have a similar collection of papers or objects at home. It may not be paintings, but maybe a drawer filled with old memories, tickets and leaflets from holidays past, old birthday cards, and maybe even love letters from past relationships back in the days when we used to send each other real mail. Or maybe they're the backed up files on old photos on your phone that, you know, they occasionally pop up these days and remind you of past ways of being and living that you used to inhabit. There's nothing wrong with holding on to memories, of course, but nostalgia can be a double-edged sword. Clinging to that uncanny glow of happy memory, regret and loss can sometimes hold us back from moving forward into new emerging spaces and new relationships and opportunities that life is offering to us. And that's why I built a fire to burn my work of decades. I made it as a magic ritual, a letting go of past ways of thinking and being, a letting go of clinging to old victories and ways of doing things. It was such a cathartic moment. And not only did it open up physical space that all the paintings have been taken up, but also energetic space for brand new things to flow into my life that there would never have been space for without that moment of cleansing. You know, it's no coincidence that only a month or so after burning the paintings in my garden in Sheffield, life suddenly accelerated and I found myself here living on Skiathos. Does it take some courage? For sure, yes, it does. It's far from a pain-free experience, but the pain and stagnation of clinging onto the old things that have died and have gone is much worse. And this is the blessing of the dragon of destruction. She makes space for new growth. Creation and destruction are in a symbiotic dance with each other. You can't have one without the other. You find this dynamic in so many wisdom traditions. The goddess Kali, for example, comes to devour all that is false, all that we cling to that is not for our highest good. These may be actual things in our lives, like particular possessions or relationships, or maybe patterns of behaviour and addictions. They may also be thought patterns and concepts of ourselves that simply aren't true. I always screw up relationships. I'm no good with money. I'm not clever enough to deserve a promotion at work, and so on. These stories that we tell ourselves and kind of begin to feel part of our identity. The figure holds out his hands and centered and at peace, doesn't cling to any of these things. Opening himself up, he allows the dragon of destruction to devour all that isn't serving his highest good. The dragon seems fierce and even fearful, but her aim is one of love with a desire to bring life. This is also the energy of the Tower card in the tarot deck. Some may see it as one of the most dreaded cards to appear in a reading. It tells of destruction, the tower that had once felt safe and secure, suddenly collapsing in flames around the inhabitants. But the key here is the bedrock, the part of the image that is not shaken by the destructive force. As the figures fall or cast themselves out of the disintegrating tower, once the dust settles, they'll find that their feet are on much more steady, firm and sure ground. The destruction, whilst for a time it seemed horrifying, brings in its aftermath a deep security and safety, as the space it opens up is really solid and trustworthy. All that was destroyed was false. So here is my invitation to you today. Is this a moment in your life when you need to let go of some of the things you've been clinging to? Perhaps a particular self-image, a story you tell about yourself that's holding you back. Or it may be a relationship, a connection that you know is doing you no good, a pattern of behaviour or addiction that is taking up so much energy and holding you back from your true potential. Take some time in quiet reflection and meditation and wonder about the dragon of destruction coming into your life. This may finally be the day to make a change and set yourself on a new path. What would you offer up to the dragon? What do you need to release from your hands that you've been clinging to for so long, that's been taking up so much of your attention and energy? When something comes to mind, the fire ritual can be a really helpful process of letting go, if you can do so safely where you are. make a quiet ritual space, light a candle, and bring all your energy and attention to bear on what it is you'd like to release. Feel it in your body, the sensations that arise, maybe even offer thanks for it being in your life. But now it's time for it to leave. Take a pen and paper, write down everything you would like to release. And then, no hurry, take your time. When you're ready, light the paper with the flame and let it burn in a bowl or somewhere safe. Take time to release and really let go. And then call out to and welcome whatever new energy is longing to flow in your life, but has never had space to grow. This can be a hard moment for sure, especially if our identity and sense of self has been bound up with that which we cling to. Sometimes surrender really does feel like dying and a moment of deep loss. And you may feel a need to grieve that which you've let go of. If that's the case, be kind. Give yourself all the time you need for that. And keep breathing. Keep honestly acknowledging your true feelings and sensations, because new life is coming. This is the blessing of the dragon of destruction. And I'd be really interested in what stories arise for you when you meet these images of destruction. The dragon, the burning paintings, the tower card in the tarot. If you feel able to share them, then do offer them in the comments. And also, if you can click on like and subscribe to this channel, that's a huge help to me. Thank you. If you'd like a one-to-one video call as you explore these ideas, I've got over 15 years of experience accompanying people on their spiritual journeys and supporting them. So do drop me a message and we can discuss what might work for you. And also, if you'd be interested in having your personal story and experience expressed in a piece of art, then I'd be happy to work with you. It might be a painting like this, or a little sculpture or talisman, whatever would be helpful to you. Send me a message, or you can follow the link attached to this channel. So now, thank you for listening. I hope you have a peaceful and gentle day. I'll be here again next time for more journeys with art, soul, and landscape. Lots of love.